It has not been a good video for Rome in quite a bit, and today it's not gonna be any different. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so as you saw in the intro, yeah, El Rome, bro. If you're a Rome fan, I don't even know what to tell you anymore. So today, the long-awaited rebellion of Austria is finally gonna happen because we all knew this was gonna happen. So finally, today it will end up happening. And okay, let's just grab the rebellion color and let's go. So the rebellion's gonna start in these impoverished areas, or like the areas uh where all the wars with Poland happened. So it's gonna begin in that area. And quickly, okay, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Um so they're going to begin. It's actually pretty hard to see this color on red. It's okay. It's fine. So they're gonna begin over there. Over here, they're going to also begin. I need to get better colors for this map. That's what I honestly need to do. What if? Hear me out. I'm not gonna do this. What if we just do this? Like, we just make the entire world this color, or maybe like this color. Like, it's just not. Yeah, and then we make countries like white. We make countries white, and like in my civil war scenarios where I like highlight a country when it goes to war, I do that. That seems like something I should do when I start like season 3 or something. Can't change it on like episode 47. I don't even know what episode we're on. Let's just continue this. So, okay, they're going to continue their expansion. And yeah, Austrian rebels are actually going to secure Vienna. Already a very, very big problem. From here, they're going to just kind of like split this like that. They're going to capture railways. They're going to capture tracks. They're going to capture a lot of things. They're going to spread over here, and Rome is going to surrender the north. From here, I think we can safely assume they'll easily grab this. Here is where I start to feel a little bit bad. So from here, France is going to get involved, and they're going to be like, yo, you look like you're struggling. Let me help that struggle end a little bit faster. They're going to get involved into the war. They're going to invade Rome as well because they're going to see free land, and also because they kind of have an ego rush from when they had that war with us, Estonia, last episode. So that ego rush is probably going to influence this decision, help influence that at least. Austrians are going to get to like over here. They just want that Austrian panhandle. And France, we can safely assume, is going to grab up the rest. So, taking a look at this peace treaty, kind of, not even really a peace treaty, I don't think Rome is ever going to be able to expand to the north because they just lost literally every entry point to the north. Now, if they want to expand, they would have to send a ship from here to here and then expand. Even that might just like get them whooped because everyone's going to be like, "Oh hell no, we're not letting you do that." Kids, this is why you don't make too many enemies. Honestly, this is why you just shouldn't make this many enemies. This is like crazy amount of enemies. Okay, so France, they're gonna take their little part and they're gonna help Austria get international recognition. So first we can have the Austrians grabbing up this, and now I want to overlay this on white. I want France over in here, and I want a little bit of Polish colors in this. That's not a. Mm, I like that color, but I feel like Austria is like a purple nation. Like Austria, I don't know why, it gives me purple vibes. So we're gonna grab purple. We're gonna make this more purple. This is the color of Austria now. Okay, so Austria is born. Ooh, and actually that works because it's like it looks similar to the Balkan ones. Oh wait, that gives me such a good idea. Um, let's grab this color up. Let's make it a little bit more Balkan. Yup. That's perfect. That is the color of Austria. So Austria's here now. We're gonna give them that as their oh no, no. Their capital seems like something that would be over here. That's their capital. Now France is pretty happy with this. Austria's pretty happy with this. Rome is not. Rome is pretty sad. And they're gonna go to the blue team. They're gonna be like, please give us money. Blue team is not giving them a single penny after that stunt they pulled of just not showing up to New Zealand. And blue team is gonna be like, too bad. You should have thought of that when you ghosted every single one of our messages. Next thing we're gonna have, moving on, just moving on. Rome is cooked. If you're a Rome fan, switch to another country. This thing is not making it past episode 50. Um, let's move on to Saigon, who has been getting absolutely abused by the blue team right now. Is this the same color? No, it's not. Okay. Who has been getting pretty much abused by the blue team recently. They're gonna go over to Mughals. They're gonna be like, yo, both of us keep getting whooped around by the blue team. Both of us are who's messaging me? Both of us are sick of this. Let's create an anti-blue team alliance that stretches throughout Asia. And Mughals are gonna agree. They're also gonna say, yeah, about creating an alliance, that's a little bit impossible because we're the only two countries that are willing to do this. And so they're gonna create an alliance, but it's more for a defensive pact because they're the only two in it. So moving on, next, blue team and these guys. So okay, I tried before recording this video to figure out these guys' name. I re-went through my memory. I watched a bunch of old episodes where these guys first showed up. I give up. I just can't find their names, so I'm renaming them to the Arab Gulf Republic or the Persian Gulf Republic. Basically, they're close enough to this thing, bro. They're close enough to the Arab Gulf. They're the Arab Gulf Republic. And moving on from that, they and the blue team have a very common enemy, the Indus. And ever since these guys first created the country itself, they have not had a single war since then. So, today, they're finally going to go to war with the Indus to finally just like end this conflict of interest, like because the blue team's still kind of favoring to these guys, especially because the Himalaya supports these guys. So these guys are like, nah, we're done. We're just done. We're done. We're done seeing this reminder of who colonized us at our border every day when we wake up. We're just gonna get rid of you guys. And so they launch the invasion, and the blue team also launches the invasion. They help these guys. They bring their entire alliance into this. That includes the Himalayas. Himalayas is gonna try to get some stuff out of this because this is quite the amount of land to just be letting pass up. Like no one's letting this opportunity go to waste. So they're gonna get involved in that. They're gonna grab up a little bit. Uh, wait, where's Karachi? Because one of these guys could be like that would be very strong. That's like a major world. Hold up. Oh no, that's in the wait. It's like over here. That's in the Himalayas. That's so sad, bro. So Himalayas has like everything. They have all those Gujarati cities from India. I'm pretty sure they have like the capital of uh Rajasthan. They have Karachi. They definitely have Lahore. They might have Islamabad. Himalayas is actually wait, I have not been giving Himalayas credit. They actually have a lot of cities. Of course not as nearly as much as the Mughals, but like still pretty good. Actually no, Islamabad might be up here. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's real life countries. This is fake civilization restarts countries. Okay. So these guys are going to continue spreading. They're going to capture even more territory. They're actually going to spread pretty fast, capturing all of that. From here, we have the capitulation of these guys. So, taking a look at this peace treaty, these guys are going to meet up. They're going to say, all right, let's divide this up amongst ourselves. And they're going to say, let's just do a straight line type thing, except like make sure every single village is on the right side of the border. Like the entire village is on one side. So firstly, we can just get rid of the capital that never really existed. Uh, Next we're gonna have this going like, ooh, actually wait, it's gonna go up from here. That is going to be, yeah, that is the new Himalayan border. So Himalayas gets to annex all of that. These guys get to annex all of that. So now they can extend it. Also, since the Indus no longer exists and Persia no longer exists, this two nation, two side type system can also stop existing. So we're actually going to erase this as well. These guys are officially no longer working as a two nation system. It's just one nation. The capital is still in Persia, but it's one nation. Also, I think this border we're gonna say just follows the Indus River. Honestly, let's just say that. Well, actually, I don't think we can say that. I think the Himalayas and the Indus Valley Civilization border was the Indus River. It's okay. The Indus River moved. It's this now. Moving on. Next thing we're gonna have is, oh, I'm actually running out of time as well. Oh yes, now it's Africa's video. We got the rest of this stuff out of the way. Now it's Africa's video. So there's gonna be a new kind of big country, and I think you guys can probably recognize this country. That's way too far down. Uh, there's gonna be a brand new country, and I think you guys can probably recognize this country a little bit. Like you can recognize what this country is supposed to be. This is That's still way too far down. Okay, so in my notes I said I'm gonna form the new country in Namibian territories, but I think it's just gonna be Angolan territory now. So okay, let's extend this upwards. I think you guys can recognize this country. I'm gonna say this one last time, bro. I think you guys can recognize this country. You can probably tell what this is trying to be. This is Namibia. So we got a Namibian country. Um, they don't have ties to anybody, so we have to actually figure out a color. Ooh, I want something like that. Ooh, that in yellow, maybe? No. That in pink? No. That that could work. This could work. Anyone else having that? No one else is having that. So with that, got a new country, and they are going to be right there. Big old country. Pretty. Actually, no, they're going to be over here. Big old country. Pretty good. Next up, Shanghai. Y'all have been trying some stuff. These guys are finally going to spread again. They're going to move over from Australia all the way over here. And they're, I guess, going to create a colony in South Africa. We'll see what ends up happening in there. It's pretty weird that Shanghai, of all places, is trying to colonize that. But you know what? Shanghai, you do you. Next, Red Team. Actually, no, first the Mughals. So to kind of protect their interests with Saigon, they're going to actually colonize some stuff, which might lead to war in the future. They're going to colonize this. Not that much, but it's going to make the blue team upset because now they don't have to go through the blue team to get stuff to Shanghai or Japan. They can just go through their own territory and then they can go to Shanghai. I mean, to Saigon. Shanghai, since it's kind of like they don't really like Saigon that much, they're actually going to put some sanctions on Mughals for doing this. But it doesn't matter because we're moving back to Africa. Red team, blue team, rebellion. So the rebels over here are finally going to rebel again. They're going to try to kind of rebel in the blue team territory. Or it's going to start in red team. I think today is the final day for red team being able to control this because the blue team is not going to get involved this time. They're going to be like, you know what? We're literally done. This is all on you, red team. They're going to call an emergency thing, though. They're still going to ask countries to donate. However, they're not going to get involved militarily. And rebels are going to spread fast. This is like They're gonna breach every containment zone that the red team set up. Red team is also kind of like just focusing on other projects now, and the Cold War between the red team and the blue team has softened a lot. So honestly, the red team couldn't care less about this either, and that leads to just these guys being left on their own to defend from the rebels, which means that the rebels are going to capture everything. Literally everything. The entire south is going to be captured, and from here rebels are going to start approaching on the capital, where the king is going to, or like whoever was in charge of this territory, is going to step down. The rebel leader will take control, and we're going to have these guys be capitulated. So, taking a look at this, it's not really anything major. Mostly, uh, mostly I think we can just remove the red team ally. That's gone. Other than that, they're their own thing, except for the north, which is still blue team controlled. Remember, this is technically the exact same country, but the north is ruled by different people than the south. It's pretty confusing. These guys are also going to make a petition to move the capital like over here because they don't want to be linked to the red team. However, that's going to be rejected because that's a capital for a reason. That's the capital because it's literally the strongest, probably the only major city in all of Abuja except for Abuja, like the actual real life city. Um, yeah. Well, I'm sorry this one was a little bit short, but you know, last one, the episode before this was pretty long. It was like 20 minutes almost. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and this weird thing with the episode being short and long probably is going to end with this episode. Next episode is probably going to be regularly 18-minute timed. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.